Okay, hello everyone. We are now looking at this new set of word problems called changing ratios in our workbook. And here's the real challenge. The real challenge is that in the test and exam paper, none of the problems are going to tell you which part of a topic comes from. Then how are you going to be able to solve and what are the clues to tell them apart? So in questions that involve changing ratios, you'll read the story and then you realize that there's a series of changes that's happening. Somebody gave somebody something, some was lost. There's this exchanging going on. Basically, there's a story that involves changes, and then you see the ratio changing. At first, it was this to this quantity to this quantity, and then it changed after that. So the ratio changes. So that's the first clue to identify different type of problems and how and therefore what methods to use. That's the first one. The second one is to then what's the big clue to solving our questions you would have heard by now. The key to solving all changing ratio questions is what didn't change. Alright, so I'm going to write down here. In all problems, there will be these characters involved. They also usually in this case, like there's Peter and Ravi, there are two characters. So there's two characters. There's a bigger quantity that we talk about, bigger quantity, a smaller quantity, and then we heard about sum and difference. So these are the four basic items, elements of any story, okay, of ratio. So the key to answer all changing ratio questions is which one of these four didn't change. Right, with that, we are going to move on to solving one question. Let's take a look at level 2 problems. Question 3. This is question 3, page 97 of our workbook. We are going to look at this question. It says here, the ratio of the number of boys, the number of girls in the hall was 3:5. So boys to girls is 3:5. Then here's the change after. So the change is happening. After the girls left the hall, some girls, 84 girls left the hall, the ratio of boys to girls changed, become 2:1. Instead, how many girls were there in the hall at first? So I've done my read and annotate. Girls at first. Then the key question come in. I have the quantities, the boys, the girls, and then the sum, and then the difference. These are the four quantities that we refer to. Which ones changed and which one hasn't changed? So here we can see the girls changed. The boys, no change, same. Do we need the sum and difference? Not sure. Let's take a look at it in a moment. Let's start with looking at, first and foremost, we have the boys is to girls is to 3:5. So as you can see here, I have the boys being unchanged. So boys is the one that is going to be 3 units. Then I have the girls changing. I can establish this as if it's a ratio of 3 quantities by putting girls at first and the other quantity is girls after. Okay, for the ease of comparison, I'm going to put the girls that's changed on one side beside the boys and girls that's changed on the other side of the boys. Meaning, let me put as, because boys is the one that's unchanged. So let me put girls at first on the left side, because boys is the one that's no change. Okay, that is the clue to the question. No change, boys, no change. Okay, so at first is girls is 5 units, the boys is 3 units. Then you have girls after. After the change, the boys become girls after. The boys become 2 units is to 1 unit. Now, considering that the boys has not changed, I need to turn this into the identical numbers, just like how we did the ratio of 3 quantities. The first common multiple will be 6. And then I can see the equivalent fraction because the boys didn't change. Remember, boys didn't change. So by right, it should be the same number. So I'm going to turn the equivalent fractions. 5 is to 3 is now 10 is to 6. And then the goes 2 is to 1 becomes 6 is to 3. So now I have the equivalent ratio here because boys is not changed, is 6. So I have girls at first 10 units. After it became 3 units. Okay, after I do the equivalent. So, and that's 84 girls have left. So that's how the girls have changed. So 10 units minus 3 units, that's 84 girls. That's how it has happened. At first there are 10 units of girls. Now it became, after the 84 girls left, it became 3 units. So 7 units of girls has left. So at first you are looking for this, at first 10 units. So 1 unit you can calculate. And then you need to get back to the at first 10 units. And there you go, you'll get your answer of how many girls at first. So the key principle is this, as we've mentioned, identify in the question the characters involved, know what is unchanged, and that is the clue to solving the question. Then work along with the change.